Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope that your Wednesday is off to a good start. Mine is so far. I'm in my outdoor office, and it looks like the rain is past. Good second cup of coffee. This morning it's a Montreat mug. So anyway, I hope that y'all are off to a good start this hump day. Wanted to reflect for a few minutes, sort of give my take on something that's been a pretty hot topic over the last week or so. In case you've been living under a rock, former President Trump has been advertising and selling Bibles starting the beginning of last week. In this case, endorsing something called the God Bless USA Bible, and this Bible has the image of the American flag on the cover of it. It's King James, and all bound inside it, along with the words of Scripture, are the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the chorus from Lee Greenwood's famous song, God Bless USA. The chorus from that is printed in there as well. They're selling it for $59.99, and Trump started promoting that last week during Holy Week. And lots of people have been commenting about it on social media. And normally I try to stay out of politics, and I'm not going to get really political this morning, but this is a case where political happenings sort of veer into my lane, if you will. I don't talk politics because that's not my lane. I try to stay in my lane. And in this case, the politics have veered into my lane. So, what do I think? Well, the background for it. The media firm, which works with Lee Greenwood, had pitched this project to HarperCollins in 2021. In 21, the media firm that works with Lee Greenwood pitched this idea to HarperCollins for a God Bless USA Bible, and there were some discussions that were held. I don't think they ever had any sort of a contract signed, but there were definite discussions about it. And then two things happened. There was right much blowback against the idea of doing a God Bless USA Bible. And the other thing, and apparently this was unrelated, Zondervan, which is a subsidiary of HarperCollins, said they were taking a hard pass. So they were not going to get involved in the project. Zondervan is obviously a major player in Christian publishing, and they own the rights to the NIV. So the God Bless USA Bible was dead, so to speak. And then it resurfaced again this year in the King James. The authorized version, the King James version, is in public domain, unlike the NIV, which is not. And so if you're using the NIV, Zondervan gets royalties from it. And when it resurfaced this year, the former president was plugging it. If you go to the website for the Bible, it features a picture of Trump and Greenwood. Apparently, the picture is taken in the Oval Office while Trump was still president, and it says it's not connected with any presidential campaign. But that's that is stretching the truth, to be honest. They say they don't endorse any particular presidential campaign, aren't connected to the one, but that is, like I said, it's stretching the truth. CIC Ventures is I guess you'd call it a media rights firm that Donald Trump, that he is the founder, the president, and the treasurer of. And the God Bless USA Bible paid this media rights firm that Trump owns for his name, image, and likeness. So they paid, athletes today, college athletes, they get money for their name, image, and likeness. And in this case, Trump got money for his name, image, and likeness that the Bible is using. And they are also receiving royalties from the sale of the Bible, which I think sells for $59.99. One of the curious things is that when the Bible resurfaced, it is totally unclear who actually is publishing it. I took some time trying to dig into that, and I never could see who the actual publisher is, who's actually printing these things. So I don't know whether I have no idea whether it's been done in the U.S. or in China or where. So, with all of that being said, what do I think? Personally, just me speaking personally, it just rubs me wrong seeing a political candidate profiting off of a Bible. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying who to vote for. You don't need me to tell you who to vote for. But it strikes me as a little unseemly to have a political candidate in the midst of a campaign profiting off of selling a Bible. And it's not that I've seen some discussion of this on Facebook. Trump's name is not on the Bible, but it's certainly all over the marketing for it. And it's not that his name is on the Bible, even if it was technically on it. Well, there are lots of Bibles with names on them. There are any number of famous pastors that have their names on study Bibles. The David Jeremiah Study Bible, or the John MacArthur Study Bible. T.D. Jakes has a Bible. Ryrie and Moody and on. The famous, pastors, living and dead, whose names are on study Bibles. But that's different, because they're not political candidates. They are theologians or pastors who have edited a study Bible, and so in that case it's perfectly fitting that their name would be on the Bible. In a King James Bible, well, actually the King James technically is not the King James Bible. The official name for it is Authorized Version, and King James the First is the one that called the committee of scholars together that produced that translation, and so colloquially it just gets referred to as the King James. So it does strike me as unseemly to have a presidential candidate in the middle of a campaign profiting off of a Bible. That just rubs me wrong a little bit. The other thing that I have another issue with the Bible, and it's this. I'm not real comfortable in wrapping the Bible in the flag, so to speak, like this. So you've got inside the cover, you've got the secular documents that aren't holy. You've got the Holy Bible, and bound inside with it are documents that aren't holy. The Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, Pledge of Allegiance, and, as I mentioned, the chorus to Lee Greenwood's song. The founding documents are wise, produced by very wise people, but they're not holy writ, and we can't blur that distinction. The Constitution and Declaration, Bill of Rights, they're not holy writ. In fact, some of the people involved in the producing of them weren't Christians at all. Yeah, they were wise, but some weren't Christians. Thomas Jefferson, by most any definition, wouldn't be considered a Christian, nor would John Adams or Benjamin Franklin, all three on the committee that produced the Declaration of Independence. There were some fine Christians, very devout men involved in the producing of both documents, but not everybody. They're not holy documents, and they're being bound in the same book with a holy document. And when we produce a Bible like this, are we saying that another country can't be blessed by God? I think that God has blessed the United States. The U.S. isn't found in the Bible. It ain't there. But I do believe that the nation has been blessed by God. But when we produce a Bible like this, are we implying that another country can't be blessed? Are we implying that, say, France or Great Britain or Kenya, or pick the name of whatever country, cannot be blessed? Are we implying with a Bible like this, are we implying that the United States is godly and always right? You look at our society, and by many measures, and you could say, no, we're not particularly godly right now. And wrapping the Bible in a flag like this, are we saying that the U.S. is always right? Are we implying that? And we can't say that either. I'm as patriotic as the next guy, but you look back on our history and look at 240 years of legalized slavery in what would be the U.S., how the U.S. government dealt with the American Indians and Native Americans, and then in the 20th century, how we handled American-born Japanese Americans during World War II. There are things that morally and ethically we got wrong. So I'm squeamish about wrapping the Bible wrapping the flag around the Bible. Joining the two. Now, that's just my 2 cents. Like I said, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. I'm not going to tell you that, and I try not to get overtly political, but this is a case where what is happening politically sort of veered into my lane. So, you vote for whoever you want to vote for, does not matter to me. But for buying a God Bless USA Bible, I'll take a hard pass. With that, have a great rest of your day.